Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Diamond Zone. Big smiles. Start off the day. Hello, hello. Hope everybody had a great Monday yesterday. Had a great call with Chad and Atita. Saul, guys, if you guys were on that call, it was great. Just some Facebook tips that he shared with everybody. And, I want to start off by saying, I know I say this a lot, but I think this group that convenes every day is a special group. It really shows commitment, and it really shows your desire to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. And I'm a firm believer in finding little successes in order to keep taking your journey. And this is a success. Just by you making the time to get on these types of calls, or the company's calls, or whatever is available to you, shows your inner desire. And that's growth. And, the day I went from really just plugging into the system, right, and receiving the information, and then the next step was to take the information and put it into action. And that's obviously always is the toughest next step. But you know what? If you never took the first step, hard to take the second step. So I just want you to remember that your decision to get involved and your decision to commit to something is a decision that most people will never make. And I know I say that a lot, but it doesn't matter. You need to be reminded, because I know what a lot of you face every day. And every day we face fears and doubts. Those don't go away, as you know. They should get less and less loud in your ear, right? That's what should happen. And you should be able to identify, right, when that other voice comes into play. And that's personal growth. So what we're going to do today, guys, we're going to talk about testimonials, testimonial trainings. I think it's a big part of your business, because you are the business. You are the business. As everybody knows, right? You don't carry around a storefront. Right? You don't have people out there representing you because you have employees. So wherever you go, right, you bring the business with you. And that's why a big part of our business, right, is getting our mental attitudes right every day. And I think the best way to do it, right, is to get yourself in a good mood, is to put on a cool song and smile, right? It's amazing what happens. Right? When you go out there and you feel good about the business that you're involved with. So having said that, let's first talk about, let me see here. Where's my screen share? On the call yesterday, right? They talked about this. Can you see that, Al? Can you see that? Okay. They talked about this special announcement today. Special announcement with Taylor Worry, Director of Communications, at 11 o'clock Pacific time. I have no idea what they're talking about, but obviously it'll be on Facebook Live. Now, when I say Facebook Live, it's on the World Global Network of Facebook Live. So I'm anticipating, everybody will be on that call. Like I said, I have no idea. Hopefully it'll be something that excites the base, which I'm sure it is. So get on that call today at 11. And as you know, also, where's my next thing that I have for all of you? Today is Tuesday, right? And Tuesday represents the company taking over the opportunity calls. Wait, I want to make sure you guys could see that. Can you see that, Al? Yes? Okay, you can see Chad and Atita here? No, you can't. Okay, hang on. Just want to make sure we got that. Can you see that? Can you guys see Chad and Atita? Yes? All right, good. All right. So today, Tuesday, is the 28th. You have double president millionaire. Ramasio Fulcher will be doing the opportunity calls today at 12 noon and 6. So for all my European friends, where it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in Europe, 12 o'clock today, for all the people in the United States. Great time for the people that can't get on the calls at night. Some people take a lunch break. Really promote this call at 12 o'clock. Obviously, Ramasio is phenomenal, great communicator, and he'll be doing the opportunity presentation tonight at 12 and 6, and also doing the WO2 on Saturday morning. So remember, okay, I always emphasize this. Remember, it's not at World Global, DiamondZone.world this morning. That's Diamond Zone. And those opportunity presentations are on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today it's at worldgnonline.com. So just please make sure, because a lot of people go to the one they're used to going to. So that's the only glitch in our system. Everything else is pretty consistent. But when the company does the presentations, you want to promote worldgnonline.com. All right, so having said that one, that is what is happening today, and I think that's very, very exciting. So I know everybody will be on the call at 11. We're all curious, and what I want to talk about today is really, how to properly communicate, your business. And that is everything in our business. Can you see that, Al? Your testimonial? Perfect. All right. Al's probably saying, well, why do you keep calling on me? Because for whatever reason, I can see you. All right. So your testimonial is your key to success. And I'll tell you this. I had to practice and practice and practice, because the number one thing you will always share with people is your testimonial. In my estimation, it's the most important thing in your business. Because first of all, when you do your testimonial, you have to be sold on what's coming out of your mouth. You have to always be the first one that believes your testimonial. Because if you don't believe it and it's manufactured, people sense that. I'm a firm believer in speaking from the heart, speaking with passion, because I believe people pick up on those signals. And if you're trying to get me involved in your business, and I even remotely sense that you're not passionate in what you're doing, you're not going to grab me. You got to first grab people's attention. And we talk about this a lot on Diamond Zone. The way you grab people's attention, right, is to be somebody that attracts people. And let's just think about it for a second. What attracts people? Energy, excitement, and enthusiasm. If you're not energized and you're not somebody that I'm looking to, wanting to follow because you make me feel good, because that's everything. If I make somebody feel good, they're probably going to follow me. But if none of you ever felt good, okay, and say, well, you know what? This person's just depressing. Why would I want to listen? So you see where I always talk about you got to work harder on yourself? This is why I say when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you big smile on your face, and you find a little success. You got to sometimes manufacture this, right? I want you to think about something, right? Let's take a Broadway play for an example. Do you think everybody in that Broadway play had a good day? Right? People go to work every single day, sometimes sick and tired, right? But we go to work. We have to put our game face on. Did you ever hear that? Well, we got to do the same thing here, because there's some Broadway plays that have been out there for 25 years. Same play, right? Same scripts. And the audience is always brand new. They're seeing the play for the very first time. But the person that's performing the play has done it tens of thousands of times. Let me ask you all a question. In 25 years, how many times do you think I've told my story? How many presentations do you think I have done? Now, does it make a difference? No, it would make no difference if one person was on Diamond Zone today. Wouldn't make a difference to me. What if that's the one person that I reach today that makes a decision to really take their business to the next level? Always put your best foot forward, always. If there was one guest on last night's call, by the way, we had 7 new enrollers and people who enrolled last night. But what if there was only one guest? You would never know the difference. You'd think, wow, there must be 1,000 people on that call because he's so energetic. I'm always energetic because I understand people are always watching. But I want you to believe this. I want you to feel this is not manufactured. And this is where I want you to get to. You got to have a sincere excitement about your business. This little nugget, guys, will take some of you to the next level. You got to be excited. And guys, believe me, there's distractions all around you. Every day you could be distracted. Every single day. And if you're distracted, guess what? People sense it. Aren't we all professional investigators? Don't you know, right? If I was in a bad mood, would you all not know? You say, what's wrong with Jeff today? Why? Because you know me. You guys know me better than most people. I'm on here every morning with you, right? But I have to put my best foot forward. You don't know what happened to me last night, which, by the way, nothing did. I'm just sharing with you. Why? Because it's game time. I sincerely believe in the journey that we're taking. Even though there's people every single day that aren't excited. But I have to be that person. So understand, when you make your decision to get involved with World, you are now the advertiser of your business. See, you don't have a fancy neon sign. Your fancy neon sign is your energy, right? Your inventory, right, is your mannerisms. And if people don't sense that you're excited about what you have, sometimes then we wonder, why isn't anybody getting involved with me? Why is it, right, every time I share my opportunity with people? Well, I'm just saying, remember, everything I talk about is bettering your chances. That's my favorite line. There's no magic here. But if I do all the little things correctly, it betters my chances for me to accomplish my goals. So let's talk about your testimonial. It's a recipe for communicating that World is a people business. People make decisions based on emotion. Period. Why do you think, right, there's a commercial? Why do you think there's commercials? Because people are busy, they're watching TV, and based on an emotional impact of a commercial could promote a sale of the product. And that's why people spend millions and millions and millions of dollars, companies, to put their 30-second commercial on the TV or the 1-minute commercial on the radio. Why? Because you're getting people's attention. It's got to be an emotional impact. Think about the commercials that you have remembered in your past. It made an impact for you. I still remember the commercials when I was 6 years old, right? 2 double beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, right? Remember that one? How about Rodney Allen Rippey, right? Make life a little easier, the Whopper. Okay, I remember these. Why? They made an impact. Do you not remember your favorite commercial? Okay, your testimonial is your commercial. It's got to grab people. It's got to relate to people. Remember the Coke commercial, right, on the hill? I mean, look, think about the commercials on the Super Bowl that they spend $3 to $5 million for 30 seconds. Okay, you have to put together your commercial. That's what a testimonial is. And there's many different versions of your testimonial. 30-second, 1 minute, 3 minute, an airplane ride commercial. I have that one, right? Giving people what they're willing to give me. And I have to make that impact. So it's the right words spoken with clarity and simplicity. The right words. This will help people make intelligent decisions. Maybe one of the decisions is, am I going to continue to listen to this person? That's a good step, right? Right words customized to meet different needs and different people. Translate into action. Okay, I want to emphasize this. Right words customize to meet different needs in different people. Not everybody's the same. This goes back to some of the trainings that you've heard in the past, right? Like yesterday's training. I got to know who my audience is before I can customize my words, right? I have to know the backgrounds. I have to understand who I'm talking to. And if I'm talking to a large group, I got to throw out what I know most people in the large group face. If I'm talking to a specific person, right? If I'm talking to a specific person, I could tailor my words based on what I know about that person. That's why I say it, and I'll say it again. That's why warm market is so important in the beginning. Cold market, I have to find out about the person very quickly, right? I got to find out. But the warm market, I already know the answers. That's what I mean by customizing your words, right? Everyone has a testimonial. So let's talk about your testimonial. Who are you? Who am I? Remember that skit, right? Saturday Night Live. Who am I? Okay, who you are is where you're going to connect. Who you are is where you're going to connect with people. This is me, right? Look at my testimonial. Who am I? How many times have you guys heard my testimonial? Some of you are rolling your eyes. If I hear this damn testimonial one more time, I'm going to shoot myself. Well, you got to get to that point. You got to get to your point. How many times have I said it? Right? If I'm talking to a large group, I didn't go to college. I barely made it through high school. There's a message there. You know what the message is? Anybody can do it. I don't have to be educated. And by the way, it's the truth. Everything that comes out of my mouth is the truth. Entry-level employee, climb the corporate ladder. There's a message there for some people to hear. Got married, company went into a corporate downsizing mode. Had to make extra income. How many people face those problems? They have too much month at the end of their money. Who doesn't need another source of income? But because I had no extra time, had no idea what to do. Time objection. My wife Lisa got involved in this thing that I was dead set against. Overcoming husband objection. Right? If I was dead set against it, who cares? My wife still did it and 2 years later retired me. Think of all the different messages that are sent in 15 seconds. This is connecting. That wasn't by chance. Okay, that was understanding what I know most people face. Most people you talk to, guys, are broke. Most people want more money. What part of your testimonial would you pull out in order to relate to the people you need to connect with? What is your background? All of it. Write it down. Your first step is to write your entire testimonial down. Then we could crunch it. Then we could crunch it into a 30-second, a 1 minute, a 3 minute. If you do a presentation, part of your testimonial, when, why, how I got started with World. When. Let me ask you all a question. How would you answer this? When did you get started? Now, you guys, some of you know where I'm going to go with this. The day you signed your distributorship agreement sometimes is not the day you got started. That was just the day you signed the agreement. Some of you, now take this the right way, still haven't gotten started. I'm just being honest. So just because you're on Diamond Zone doesn't mean you really put forth the necessary energy to achieve your goals, right? So you wouldn't say you got started yet. Maybe today's the day you got started, but you signed the agreement last December. Then you know what? Don't say you got started in December, because you know what you're doing? You're setting yourself up for what? The magic question. Well, if you started in December, Al, how much money have you made so far? It's been a year. Well, you just set yourself up for failure, because I know you've made no money. So now you're going to try to tell me that you're going to show me how to become financially independent, and you've been involved a year and you haven't made money. That's because you answered the question wrong. If Al, I'm just using Al as an example. If Al really hasn't started, don't say December. You'll say, you know what? Today was my first day. I just got started. Is that not the truth? If you really haven't done anything for a year, why would you tell people you got started a year ago? You only tell people what you want them to know. And as long as it's the truth, then you tell the truth. So just understand when you got started, everybody on this call. That's important, because you're going to get it. Well, how's it going? Well, I just got started. Okay, so how do you think it's going? I'm on a business plan. I'm on a business plan to make $9,000 this month. If you got to Diamond, you'd make $9,000. How can anybody deny your business plan? That's how it's going. Why did you get started? This is where you connect, guys. Why did you do this? Let me ask everybody a question. Why did you do this? Why are you doing this? Why? What problems did you want to solve? And why did you have that problem? That's a big one. Well, I wanted more money. Okay, why? Why do you want more money? Well, because the situation I'm in is not allowing me, right, to achieve my financial goals. Why? See, you got to dig on your why now. Well, because I'm working for somebody else. And I used to work 12 to 15-hour days, and I started making less money. See, this is where you connect. Why? Because most people relate to that. You got to find your why. And how I got started, now this is the message you want to send. How many times you've heard me say this? I was working out at the gym, and I received a 2-minute video. I'm sending a message. It wasn't anything magical. Buddy of mine who I really, really, really respected sent me a 2-minute video. See, I'm walking you through your testimonial. And you guys need to practice this. Your why should always relate to the person or audience you are talking to. And I just covered that. Based on what you know about the person, you're going to pull out a certain part of your story that you're going to make sure they relate to, because you know their situation. This is how you get their attention, because you want everybody saying, you know what, that's just like me. They might not say it to you, but you want them thinking about it, even though you may make an impact after you leave. You know how many times I've made a point and I want them just to remember that story. You're planting seeds sometimes with your story. That's what this is. Planting enough seeds in as many people's brains as you can. So you have to become memorable. And when you tell your story and you made a change and you are excited and you are that person smiling and they see a new pep in your step, you do become memorable. See, these are just little tips along the way. Your why is all the reasons you are looking for an opportunity. That's your why. All the reasons why. I'm going to say it again. 12, 15-hour days is why I was looking for an opportunity. And to add insult to injury, they started paying me less. That's why I was looking for an opportunity. But I had no time. That's why I was looking for an opportunity. You follow me? Now, how many people relate to just those three things? So write those things down, because this is your arsenal. This is your bag of tricks. Sharing your testimonial. Here's what's very important, guys. It's important to be mentally prepared. Once again, when you walk outside your door, or if you're getting ready to start making calls, it's important to be mentally prepared. Picture yourself walking out on stage in front of an audience of 10,000 people that are going to watch, and you're the star of the play. Do you have to be mentally prepared? Same thing here. But sometimes we run this business like, oh, well, you know what? It doesn't really make a difference. It's the same thing every day. You got to stop and go, wait a minute, time out. It's time. I'm working. And part of my work is to be mentally prepared, because I'm about to share what I have to offer with people. And if you're bringing all your junk into your phone conversations, and you're bringing all the stuff when you talk to people one-on-one, right, it shows. You got to be able to release those things. There's many times, I don't feel like doing this. But you know what? It's my business. There's many times I don't want to go to work either. But you know what? I had to go to work because I had to pay the bills. So you just got to make this a priority. Create an outline, first step of your testimonial. Write it out. I just gave you the outline. I'll put it back up here again if you're taking pictures. This is your outline right here. Who you are, what your background is, when and why you got started, right? The why should relate to the person you're talking to. Create an outline, write it out. Do it over again if you're not happy with your testimonial. Right? See, sometimes we're not talking about the testimonial. You know what we're all talking about? The helo. I don't even mention helo until I tell them my testimonial. You got to remember, guys, I'm going to say it again. Okay, this is just the vehicle. The real product is my testimonial. The real product is me. Do you think the widget really makes a difference if the person buys into why you're doing it? It could be a coffee cup. I've made these points before. It could be a coaster that I'm marketing. What they're really buying into is, wow, you made a change. You're making money. You have new dreams and aspirations. I want part of that. That comes from your testimonial. But what do we talk about? Some of us. Heart rates, blood pressures, blood glucose, right? The packaging of the product. I heard about that just the other day. I was on a three-way call and the person kept going on about the packaging of the product. How great the packaging is. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell does this have to do with this person making a decision to change their financial situation? And so afterwards, I had to call that person back and say, let me ask you a question. Do you think you moved that person because you talked about the packaging of the product? I didn't hear anything about your why. You talked about the stuff. The stuff doesn't get you, that person to relate to you. And I'm going to get to that in a second now. Focus on the message you want to send. I told you all already the important messages you need to send. The important messages is what's going to hit them between their eyes. What's in it for them? Remember that. What's in it for them? Packaging doesn't move me. Heart rates don't move me. Graphs on the EKG don't move me. What I want to know is, what are you offering that could help me change my situation? That's the message. Being mentally prepared will empower you and give you confidence when you speak to people. But now, here's where we got to really get into it, guys. You ready? What moves people? Can I tell you what moves people? Words spoken with sincerity from the heart, not the head. You got to let your guard down. And I've learned this, and this is where you got to fake it a little bit in the beginning. The more money you make, the more truth you tell. The more money you make, the more truth you tell. Well, Jay, you got to believe you are making money because you got to tell the truth here. You got to let your guards down. No, listen, you got to be different. Can I tell you how to be different? Don't get me started on this. Everything isn't fine. Think about conversations. How's it going? Let's just look at Diamond Zone in the morning. Hey, Jeff, good morning. How's it going? Great. How's it going? Fine. Right? And I'm not saying that it's not the truth. My point is, you got to let everybody know that you had certain things you had to change. That's what you're trying to get them to buy into. That not everything is perfect. We got to unpeel the onion. And the only way you unpeel your onion in the beginning, guys, is you have to let your guard down, which gives them permission to open up to you. This is where you start to get into the meat of it. Lisa had a guest on the call last night. Someone she went to high school with. And I'm watching the Laker game because she was doing the follow-up call. Right? And I muted the Laker game. She wasn't talking anything about packages. She was trying to find out his why. And that was about a 45-minute to an hour and 15-minute conversation. I think it was an hour and 15 minutes. Because she sent the link, had a little conversation, right? He got on the call, and it wasn't like, okay, what package do you want? She wanted to find out what he was looking for. She had to get him to buy into his desire. And the last 5 minutes was him going, okay, yeah, you're right. After an hour and 15 minutes of finding out his why, he made his decision to buy his premium pack. Well, you got to understand that. It was Lisa speaking with her heart and letting him know what we've done. Your words have to be sincere. I'll tell you this quick story. A lot of you know the story, but I tell it because it made such an impact. When Lisa first got started in network marketing, right, everything wasn't fine. She started telling all the neighbors that, you know what, I have to do something. Jeff isn't making the kind of money he used to make. On top of it, we never see him. And I have to add extra income, but I don't want to go back to work. That right there opened up all these stay-at-home moms. You know what they started saying? They started to unveil their problems. And when people start to unveil their problems to you, you now have a way to move those people to help them solve their problems. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. Sincerity, honesty, letting people know why you are doing this. This is what moves people. You must be communicating your excitement and enthusiasm. Right? Once again, if you're not excited, why would I follow you? And excitement is not about, you know what excitement is? Okay, just think about some of these political candidates without letting you know left or right, blue or red, and all that stuff. I don't want to get into that stuff with all of you. Okay? Just think about that. What do they sell? Right? Let's just think about the last 3 presidential campaigns. Okay? Make America Great Again. Hope. Barack Obama. Well, what was Barack Obama's one? Make a change. No, hope. Hope and change. That was his. Hope and change. What was Hillary's? Make America, what was it? Stronger Together. Stronger Together. Think about this. These are messages. These are messages because people buy into hope. People buy into, you know what, maybe. This is what we're giving people. We're giving people hope. We're giving people hope to get involved in this opportunity that can change their situation. It's not about money. It's about what they can do with this opportunity that can give them money and time. That's the excitement and enthusiasm you have to portray. But where does it got to come from first? It's got to come from you. In the 2-minute video, right, I talk about it all the time. Unless you're setting people up with hope prior to the 2-minute video, they're not going to see the hope when they watch it. Jeremy planted a seed. He said, listen, I'm starting something. I'm first to market wearable technology. And I believe this is the next big thing. So when I was watching the video, he had me on being first and being part of the next big thing. He planted that seed. And he said something. He goes, you know what? I've been doing this 20 years, and I believe my 20 years has brought us at this time and this place with this company. You and Lisa need to watch this. So that's your excitement, guys. What are you excited about? You're excited because you made a change. You got to turn change into a good thing, not a bad thing. Most people identify change as bad. Change is pain. Change is uncomfortable. Change is unnatural. Because people live in the comfortable and natural. But when you come across with excitement and enthusiasm, right, all of a sudden they go, wow, that change looks really good on Al. Look at Al. What's going on with that dude? Do you see him? He's dressing differently. He's smiling. What's wrong with Al? That's the conversation you want people to have. He's not the same guy. What's going on, Al? And he shares his story. Not trying to get him. You just share your story, but you got to have it down. Full of belief and conviction. Let's talk about that. People know if you believe something, guys. People really believe. This is the most important rule to the testimonial. People will follow people who know where they are going. They are listening to see if you really believe your own testimonial. So true. So true. I could listen to people's testimonials all day, and I could tell you who believes it and who doesn't. I could tell you who's speaking with just words and who's speaking from the heart. And this is you can't fake this. That's why when you make your decision to start doing, you speak differently to people, guys, because you're really doing it. You're not just manufacturing. That's why the 3-way call that I talked about yesterday is so important. Is to get somebody on the phone that does have the belief while you're building yours. So you can see how they talk. So you can see how they communicate. That's mirroring, right, your mentor. That's why a 3-way call is important. That's why I keep saying, do 3-way calls. If you have somebody that you know without a doubt believes. Keys to your testimonial. Presentation. Okay, edification of leadership and system. So when it comes down to what you're doing, I'm involved, okay, with something very special. I'm working with some very successful people, people who've made 7 and 8 figures in their life. And what I love about it is it's a very simple system. You got to edify, right, that you're with the right people. You're always addressing their needs and wants through your testimonial. Talked about a lot of this, but these are keys to your presentation. How? How do you find out what people are looking for? Listening first. Listening. If I'm talking to an individual, I got to listen. If I'm in front of an audience, I got to throw out the kitchen sink. That's your globe, everyone. Remember the globe? I got to talk about everything on that globe, giving people an opportunity to own their own business so they could start making some immediate income right away by taking advantage of the wearable tech industry, having an opportunity to be paid what you're worth with no glass ceiling, building residual income, and being part of a system. See, that's the kitchen sink. But if I'm talking to a specific person, if I'm asking the questions I showed you yesterday, see, everything ties into. I'm finding out about the person. I know how to laser my testimonial to that person. I got to hit them between the eyes because I found their hot button. Remember that? I found the hot button. Listening, not talking. Listening first. In front of a large audience, I'm talking about what people are facing. And this is what people are facing. Most people you will talk to every day want more time. They don't have any. They want freedom. They want more money. They want lifestyle control. So how would you spin your testimonial to include those things? This is your challenge. This is your craft. I'm giving you, right, all the parameters to communicate your testimonial the right way. And then you know what you got to do then? You got to practice. You got to practice. And you, yes, oh yeah, you will screw it up. So? You will sound stupid. So? It's how you get better. Right? Remember my video, jump? You're going to hit them side of the cliffs. You're going to wound out your back. Right? You're going to hit those, you're going to hit those rocks. But eventually your parachute will open. Eventually you'll have your testimonial down. But not without some bruises. So what? Really? You think you were going to become financially independent without getting some bruises and a couple of hospital visits? And maybe some of you some CPR. We got to resurrect you. We got to give you mouth to mouth. Yes, welcome to being an entrepreneur. So, let's do it. That's what you bought into. And you got to let people know, right? It doesn't make a difference. They just have to see you know where you're going. Let your guard down. Expose yourself. Talk about your problems. I already hit this point. This will open them up. I'm going to say it again. When you're writing down your testimonial, hopefully some of you will do it. Why? Look at all the reasons why you're doing this. You're looking back at your life if you really are serious with your why. What got you to where you are? Why do you need an opportunity? Why are you making this decision? Well, here's why. Because I gave my life, whatever it is, to Bally's for 14 years. They controlled me. And I knew working for Bally's would never get me what I wanted. I had to make a change. How are you addressing the problems? Well, this is where you insert world. right? This is what you've chosen to do. A testimonial is not a time to close people, guys. Do the presentation and give direction. I'm closing people on my testimonial. Here's my close. You want to use that word. Okay, I don't really like the word. Okay, but my testimonial, I want them closed on my belief. That's all I want. I'm not trying to get a premium package when I do a testimonial. I'm closing them on my belief. That's all I care about. I want them leaving me saying, you know what? That dude believes in what he's doing. And that belief transfers. Right? That's all sales is. It's a transfer of excitement and enthusiasm to the person you're talking to. That's it. That's all I want to do. And you know what? I want them to remember me. When something does happen in their life, I want them to remember, right, my energy, and I want them to see my face. That's a scary thought, huh? When they think about opportunity, I want them to see Jeff. Because I made such an impact. Even though they didn't make their decision, I made an impact. In other words, I've planted a seed. That's all. I'm not trying to close them. And this is what I want you guys to remember when you're doing your testimonial. This is it. This is step one. Yes, of course. There's so many step ones, right? Step one, just get the video and people. I'm trying to show you, as you start doing the work, you start to really hone your craft. That's what I'm talking about here. So hopefully this was helpful. I'm urging everybody, practice. Practice. Okay, practice with your couch. Right? Practice in front of your living room. Talk to you know how many times Lisa did her testimonial with me over and over again? And I wasn't even into the business at that point. I'm saying, yeah, it sounds good, honey. Yeah, great. But she goes, I don't care. Listen to me. How does this sound? Does this move you? But you know what really became her testimonial? When she really found her real testimonial is when she really started doing the business. If you're not doing the business, your testimony becomes just words. If you're doing the business, you speak in a different way. Right? You guys know me. You know my personality. You think this is manufactured? No, because this is experience. I want you to get the experience. And in the beginning, guys, you got to write out your outline and you got to practice. And just remember, just with these points I helped you with today, at least you'll have your message that you want to send to the people. And once again, it's not about the packaging of the product or the features of the product. The 2-minute video does that. You got to set them up to want that information. And remember, what's in it for them? What's in it for them? Look at the little diamond zoners. Hey, everybody. Hi, Beth. Hi, Terry. Hey, guys. Chris. Have a great day. 11 o'clock. Let's find out what's going on, right? And I'll see you guys on the calls at 12 and 6. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.